To continue, I'll discuss then other concepts in social work. So, worker, this talks about, or this pertains to social worker. Again, social work is a profession, and social worker is the professional or the person doing the social work job. Okay, so worker or social worker refers to the social worker. This is the person who, by maintaining mental or physical efforts, performs tasks and activities designed to help the client overcome an obstacle or difficulty and achieve a result or an end. So take note of those very important key terms, such as person, maintain mental or physical efforts. Social workers should be kanang physically healthy, at the same time mentally healthy also, because you deal again with different walks of life, different problems, and that in order to maintain that sanity, or in order to maintain mental awareness, you should be uh, mentally mentally sound, no? And that performing different tasks and activities to help the client overcome difficulties in obstacles. So client, we call people, no, nga ating tinutulungan as client. By the way, other books call social worker service providers, while clients, other books in social work call them as service users. So client is the person or group of persons who engage the services or help of the worker. May it be individual, family, groups, or community. So client or clients is the definite term for the persons of which the social worker is dealing with. Help. This is what the worker does to assist the client by giving him assistance or supplying what is needed so that he can advance towards an objective or accomplish an end or a goal. So assist. No, assist means you help the client look for the resources that he or she need. No, hindi yung ikaw ang gumagawa ng trabaho, kundi nag-a-assist ka lang sa kliyente para makuha niya yung needed na mga serbisyo o programa na dapat sa kanya. Need. This is defined as a condition or situation in which something necessary or desirable is required or wanted. Need talks about a condition. So need is different from wants, because need is required. Hindi mabubuhay yung isang tao kung wala yung need. While wants, pwede na makasurvive ang isang tao kahit wala yun. No? In the past, cell phones, laptops are just only wants. But right now, it's a need because of our new educational system. No? New normal educational system. So, that is needs. Food and shelter are basic needs. Problem. This is when a person's need has not been met or there are obstacles to its fulfillment so that the person's capacity to function satisfactorily is threatened or impaired. So problem occurs when the need has not been met. So problem will exist, magkakaroon ng problema kung ang demands ng mga tao, especially the necessities, hindi ma-achieve or hindi makukuha. So, and then there is a threat, no, on the or impairment or mga balakid, no, mga gaps of why he or she cannot met such need. So, magiging problema. Say for example, problema ko kayo ngayon kasi hindi ako makakapasok sa school, walang internet connection, walang pera pa si mama at papa to provide that load na kailangan ko. So, that makes a problem, no, of a particular person, especially a student. And that's all for different concepts in social work. Okay, let's move on to another topic, which is social protection. Social protection is again one of the concepts in our profession, and it was introduced by the World Health Organization, or WHO. So what is social protection? Okay, this is the definition. According to SDC Resolution number 1 series of 2007, social protection constitute policies, programs that seek to reduce poverty and vulnerability, to risk and enhance the social status and right of the marginalized by promoting and protecting livelihood and employment, protecting against hazards and sudden loss of income, and improving people's capacity to manage risk. Okay, so social protection, these are laws, policies in reducing poverty and vulnerability. What do we mean by vulnerability? Vulnerability means yung isang tao ay posibleng maging at risk sa isang particular na situation. For example, ikaw ay isang construction worker. Tapos, vulnerable ka sa iyong ginagawa kasi pwede kang masaktan during the actual job. Or, posible kang mawala ng trabaho. You are vulnerable to a loss of job because seasonal man yung construction, being as a construction worker. So, this social protection tries to reduce that vulnerability, na mawala ng trabaho. In terms of enhancing the rights and privileges of a person through protecting him in terms of livelihood and employment, protecting against hazards and sudden loss of income, and managing risk. So why we need social protection? We need social protection because according to the World Health Organization, Filipino families, whether poor or non-poor, face various economic, environmental, and human-made risks. Just like what is happening right now, we are into economic and health risk because of the COVID-19. Every Filipinos, may it be poor or rich, experience this kind of pandemic, and we are threatened because of this pandemic. So that is why we need social protection. Managing such risk is important for families to prevent them from falling deeper and trapped into poverty. Falling into, magiging mahirap, mas lalong maging mahirap, or falling deeper and trapped. Wala na talagang pag-asa na ma-overcome yung poverty. Many poor are being left behind. So that is why we need social protection, according to the World Health Organization and the Department of Social Welfare and Development. There are different components of social protection. SP stands for social protection. First is labor market intervention. What do you mean by labor market? These measures aimed at enhancing employment opportunities and protection of the rights and welfare of workers. So this talks about the security of tenure among workers in a particular establishment or company. And also, enhancing employment opportunities. That is why we have PESO, or the Philippine Employment, Philippine Employment Office, na they are the ones who see to it that there are opportunities in terms of job employment for those job seekers, including the Department of Labor and Employment. Another is the social welfare. This is preventive and developmental interventions that seek to support the minimum basic requirement of the poor. Preventive, meaning in order for the person ma-prevent, hindi, ano bang prevent sa sa Tagalog? Hindi nila maranasan ang particular, or maiwasan ang particular na sobrang kahirapan, Social welfare is also one of the components of social protection. Then developmental in the sense na makaka-stand on their own yung particular na mahihirap. So, that is why we have Pantawid Pamilya, that is why we have Kalahi Seeds Program, that is why we have social pension given to senior citizen, and that's part of the component of social protection under social welfare. Okay, preventive and developmental. Another is social insurance, like the very controversial PhilHealth. Okay, the Philippine Health Insurance Company. It seeks to mitigate income risk by pooling resources and spreading risk across time and classes. So, social insurance speaks of pooling the resources or creating resources in order for the person to avail such resources. And then social safety nets. This is to stop mechanisms or urgent responses that address effects of shocks on specific vulnerable groups. So safety nets, social safety nets. This talks about residual components ng social welfare. Halimbawa, may mga emergency situations like sunog, baha, mga different mga calamities, may it be human-induced or natural disasters, may social safety nets na tumutulong yung gobyerno or non-government agencies para na ma-prevent or matulungan yung mga tao na naka-experience. So, those are the different components of social protection.